3, 2, just move aside just to have more room. So what we're going to start with is we're going to slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll it down. And once you feel like stretching your hamstring, that's when you can start bending those knees. Coming down, walking it out into a full plank right here. And then from there, we're going to go into a side plank. And we're going to reach it over, stretch that oblique. Coming back, reach it over, stretch. 2 more like that. Reach, one side is stabilizing, one side is stretching. And reach it over. Good. Other side, all the way over. Reaching with that arm, feeling a nice stretch in those obliques. Back, reach, pull it back. So the Pilates, everything is slow and controlled. All about stability. And reach it out, bring it back. Bring it back into that plank position. So we're in a plank. From here, we're going to shift our weight back, putting the heels on the floor, pushing our tailbone up in the air. You're going to feel this, stretch your hamstrings. So now we're going to lift up one heel and then the other. So both heels on the floor. Now you just lift up one heel and then the other. So the heel that you're lifting up, you're bending that knee, bend. A little bit like a walking motion, bending that knee. Alternate, just loosening up those hamstrings. 4. Tailbone still pointed up. 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Both heels on the floor, pushing that tailbone up even more. Pushing yourself back, feeling that stretch. And coming all the way back into that plank position. Nice straight alignment in our body. Spine is nice and neutral. Core is tight, holding it here. 8 more seconds. Do a couple more movements. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to step it in. Feel a little bit of stretch for 2 to 3 seconds. Bring it back. Stepping it in. Pushing that back knee down. So we're going to step it in. Back knee comes down. Stretch up. We don't want to hold that stretch. So we're coming down. Knee down. Up. And switch. Forward lunge, knee down, up, and switch. 1 more right here. And bring it back into that plank position for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to really step it forward so that when you come up, you're in a nice big lunge. So that when you come down, that knee is not going to come over your ankle. And we also want to shift our weight forward. So Pilates is all about keeping our spine straight and tall. So with standing, we tend to have our arms up. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to stabilize. We're going to come down to that fluff lunge position. Just slightly lifting up the toes so that most of the weight is in the front heel. That's why it's going to benefit a lot of these movements. Focus. And now from here, I actually want you to lift up that front heel. Really feel that calf working. Maybe even starting to shake a little bit. 8 more seconds, keeping that heel up in the air. 4, 3, 2, bring those arms down, bring the heel down. Stepping it in. Other side. Nice and back, focusing on stability, and then we're going to go down on the floor. Coming down, lifting up the toes just a little bit. Arms come up, back up. Nice and tall, focusing on keeping that spine straight. From here, lifting up the heel. Getting those calves to fire up. A little bit harder right here, still holding and breathe. For 4, 3, 2, the dropping that heel, arms come down, stepping it in. With normal classes, we always focus on having a weight in our heels. With Pilates, we do lift our heels up, but because it's all slow controlled. Okay, we're going to go nice and wide. Toes are still pointed forward. So again, big inhale, exhale, lifting up, slight reach, spine is tall. Now pulling that core towards tight. Coming down into a squat position. Slightly lifting up the toes. Sitting all that weight back. Holding it here. 4, 3, 2. Bringing those arms to the side. Lifting up those heels. A little bit more of a challenge right here. 8 seconds. Then we're going to come back down on our heels. 4, 3, 2. Dropping it back into our heels. Coming up nice and tall. Stepping it even wider. We're going to toes are still pointing forward. We're going to start with an adductor stretch. Moving into one-legged stability. So we can slowly go to one side. And then to the other. As we're doing this, we're going to reach down towards the opposite side without rounding our back. 4. This is our last part, standing. 3. 2. 1 more. And reach. And now we're going to slowly coming over to this side, foot slides in, lifting it up. Arms come out to the side, coming down a little bit more into that one-legged squat. You can put the toes on the floor of the opposite leg if you need to. Bringing the arms overhead, feeling lengthening in that spine. 4, 3, slowly pushing it up, stepping out with that foot. Slowly coming down, sliding that foot in. Arms come out again. Toe down if you need to for a little bit of support. Nice and low in that one-legged squat. Hold all about balance. And then more stability. Where arms come up and reach. 4, 3, 2. As the arms come down, we're slowly going to bring it up. Good. Come from here. We're going to walk it out to that plank position again. Now we're going to stay on the floor for the rest of it. So slowly bending down, walking it out into that plank. Staying right here. So Pilates is slow about stability, but also about muscle mind connection. So you want to focus on what you're working and doing it correctly. So our back is nice and straight. We want to pull that belly button into the spine. So if you pull that belly button to the spine, you're going to feel yourself doing a little bit of a pelvic tilt. It's like you're pulling your tailbone in. Hold and breathe. So from here, we're going to do those basic movements to straighten in the knee, and then we're going to advance it. So we're going to pull one knee in, and instead of putting it on the floor, we're going to kick it out. Slow. So at the back, you're going to squeeze the glute. 1, 2, in. 1, 2, squeeze the glute. 1, 2, pull it in. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it here. Hold it. Really squeezing that glute. We're going to do the other side. Then I'll let your shoulders have a bit of a break first before we move on. Put it down. Other side in. Extend. In. Extend. Hold. Hold it for 2 seconds. And squeeze those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it. Squeeze the glutes. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Giving those shoulders a little bit of a break. We're just going to do a more advanced version. I will show you, we're just going to do 8 to each side, then we're going to roll it over. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So when instead of just pulling that knee, every time you pull the knee in, our body weight goes forward, and then we're going to bring it higher. Before we were just here, so go forward and back it up. So we're shifting our weight forward and back, nice and high. So it's just a little bit more of an advancement. version. You guys need a break from between one leg to the other with your shoulders? Yeah? Okay. Let's try that. So pull one knee in, shift your weight forward, coming all the way up. Slow the shoulder forward, and up. 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, a lot of strengthening in our glutes, a lot of strengthening in our core. Slowly bring that knee down. Take a little bit of weight out of that shoulder. And then we'll do the other side. So once you slow it down, add stability. It's not easy anymore, is it? Remember, you sweating. But it's good. This is what we need. Okay, we're going to turn over to give our shoulders and arms a little bit of a break after this one. So now we're just going to do the other side. Forward, back, up and reach. Shifting that weight forward, up and reach as high as you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Slowly coming down. And all the way down. So we're just going to do basic glute bridges for now. We're going to add the band later. So we're starting with basic movements. Then we're going to go into one leg to add more stability, body weight, and make those glute med and obliques fire up a little bit more. So we want to make sure we have our proper core. So the first thing is we take our arms, we push those elbows into the floor. This is going to engage our lats, our back muscles, and it's going to stabilize your spine, forcing it to stay in neutral position. Heels are hip width apart, just far enough out to feel your glutes, not too far to feel your hamstring, but also not too close to make your quads take over. So right here, so you know you're feeling your quads, step out just a bit further, pushing through the heels, coming up. Like I told you in Pilates, there's some movements we do here that we don't want to do in other classes because we don't want to do them fast. It's all about form, doing it correctly. Squeezing the glutes right here. So now I want you to lift up those toes. Lift up those toes, really pushing through the heels, squeezing those glutes as hard as you can. 8 more seconds, and then we're going to change it up. We're still going to hold it. 4, 3, 2, so I'm still holding it, still squeezing the glutes. Now I actually want you to lift up the heels. So now you're on your toes, lifting up the heels, still holding it, squeezing the glutes, and breathe. 4, 3, 2, slowly lowering it down to your heels. And then all the way coming down without letting your back arch. So first, we're going to start with a few hundreds. Don't worry, we're not doing 100. The movement is just called hundreds. We're going to start slowly, and then we're going to go to the one-leg glute bridges. So both knees come up, 90-degree angle. Arms go straight. Big inhale, and as you exhale, you're lifting your shoulders off the ground. Core is tight, pulling that core into the spine. So all we do with the hundreds is repulsing. Repulsing, holding, and breathing. So this is the most basic movement right here. We're going to go a little bit more advanced as we progress our class. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. We're going to do it again after the one-leg glute bridges. Just make it a little bit harder. You got 10 more. 9, 8, don't let your core, don't let your back take over, keeping that core tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it doesn't matter which leg you do first, which leg feels less tired right now. Make that one go to the floor. You always have one that might feel more tired or more sore. Give that one a break first. Other one, again, pushing those elbows into the floor, pushing through the heels. You're going to come up. We're going to hold it for 4, 3, 2, coming down again, and up, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1, again, down, up, hold, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1, down, again, up, 4. This is halfway, we're doing 8 of these. And down, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down, back up, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got 2 more, really focus on squeezing those glutes for 4, 3, 2, and down, last time, hold, this time extend that leg, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly, don't drop it, slowly lower it down, other leg, crosses over. So only a 4-second hold, but I really want you to focus on squeezing that glute at the top, hold, 3, 2, 1, again, 4, 3, 2, and focus on your breathing, bring it down, and up, 4, 3, 2, drop it down, up, really squeeze that glute a little bit harder this time, and down, bring it up, 4, 3, 2, 1, down, up. Are you still pushing through that heel? Squeezing at the top, hold, and down, 1, last one, and now extending that leg, squeeze, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow. Resist the urge to speed up, slowly coming down. Again, both knees come up, 90-degree angle. Arms come up straight, just beside the knees. Big inhale, exhale, lifting those shoulders off the ground. And now focus, how is your low back? Do you want arch, especially if you start trying to extend the leg? So now, the first thing, really important, keeping that core tight. So big inhale, pulling that belly button down into the spine. You're going to feel your tailbone lifting just slightly. That's the whole thing. Anytime you can't keep your core tight anymore, when you start arching your back, modify or take a break. Okay, little pulses. And if you need to put your head down because you're feeling your neck for 10 seconds, you do that. You don't want to let your neck hurt. So put it down on the floor if you need to. Okay, pulses. Keep pulsing. Keep trying to lift those shoulders off the ground if you can. Now extend one leg. A little easier higher. The lower you go with the leg, the harder it's going to be. 4, 3, 2. Keep pulsing. Switch legs. You can start higher, and then you can bring your leg lower. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Start nice and high with that leg. Now slowly lower it. Slowly lower, 2, 1, and switch. Other side. Start at the top, and now slowly lower that extended leg. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, hold. Put your head to the floor, give that neck a little bit of break. We've got one more, but we're going to extend both of the legs. But if you start arching your back, then just do one leg at a time or keep the knees bent. So big inhale, exhale again, core is tight, pulling down, back is straight. So if you start arching, don't bring your legs too low, just keep them up nice and high, but extend them. And pulse, 10 more, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bringing it in. Give those knees a little bit of a hug. Rock side to side. Want to keep up loose. We're still strengthening, stabilizing. Just you don't want it to spasm. 2. 1 more. Okay, coming up. Rolling it over. So we're just going to do the basic bird dogs. In Pilates, we call them a 4-point kneel. Because It is a 4-point meal. It sounds a little better than a bird dog, doesn't it? Okay, so first thing right here. One thing you never want to do when you extend your leg is this. See how I'm just arching my back? You're not even working your glutes when you do that, and you're just hurting your low back. So that's why it's really important motor form, and really important to keep that core tight. And with this movement, really important to squeeze the glutes before we lift up your leg, because you won't be able to arch your back then. So what we do first is we really arch our back, and then we're going to round our back, and then we're going to find neutral right in the middle. Our spine is nice and straight, finding that neutral. And here, inhale as you exhale, you're pulling that belly button into the spine, really engaging that core, extending one leg. And before we lift up our leg, I want you to really squeeze that glute as hard as you can. So if you have to find that muscle with your back brain, squeeze that glute, lift it up. If your glute is engaged, you won't be able to arch that back. So from here, that glute is going to work hard. We're going to do a crossover motion to stabilize the SI joint. We're going to extend the opposite arm. So don't let that leg drop. Squeezing the glute, folding it there. Our arm goes to the side and straight to the front. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep it stable. 2. Keep that core tight. Last one. First, you take that arm back in. Slowly bring the leg back. Is your back still neutral, or do you have to reset? Arching, rounding, finding neutral again if you need to. Extending the other leg. Squeeze that glute. Really squeezing that glute. Lifting it up. Extending the opposite arm. Hold. And breathe, keeping that glute up nice and high, core is tight, arm up to the side, back to the front. 7, 6, 5. Focus on your core, focus on your glute. Are you feeling your back? Are you feeling your glute in your core? 3, 2, 1 more. Taking that arm down. Slowly bringing that leg down. Now we're going to keep the knee bent, but still as you lift, before you get up, you start squeezing that glute. Once you get to the top, that glute is working really hard. Little pulses, pushing that heel up in the air. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it. 3. Slowly bringing it down. There's something stuck in my throat. Okay, are you not arching your back? Is your back still neutral? We're going to try the other side. Something I need to break. Slowly bring that heel up. Squeezing the glute as we do it. Little pulses, little pulses. Really pushing that heel up in the air, feeling your glutes, not your low back as we do it, because you're squeezing the glute. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly coming down, take that pressure out of the arms. We're going to go a little bit into some side plank. We're actually going to go one twist first. So it's a mix between side plank and center plank. And we're going to do like a mini push-up with it. So you're going to feel a lot of muscles you haven't before, not today, a little tomorrow. So, one twist. Maybe you've done it before, maybe not. This is not something people tend to do in other classes. If they don't do Pilates, you probably don't even know what it is. So you're going to go to full plank first. And then you're going to drop one leg to the side. It's like you're ready to go to a side plank, but only with one side. So one foot is straight side, one is just on the toe. And we're going to slowly come down into that push-up, and we're going to slowly bring it back. 3, 2. Just one more. So now what we're going to do, we're going to drop that hip, drop the hip. Drop it down, bring it up. Drop it down, bring it up. 3. You're going to notice that one oblique has to work a lot harder. Good, come back to neutral. A little bit of a break, especially for the wrists. And we're going to try the other side. Not here very long. Other foot comes down. We're going to slowly come down and push up. 3, 2, one more. Keep the upper body up, drop the hip. Slight rotation of that hip. 4, 3, 2, one more. Good, just bringing it down. Keep those shoulders a little break. So we're going to do side plank. So which side is more tired? Make that side go to the top. Give it a little bit of a break. So I'll try to not add anything more where we're using the wrist except a few push-ups to train you how to go from modified to hard. We're going to be right in the middle of it, but we're training our chest, our core, shoulders, and we're really going to work our glutes while we do it. Do the normal push-ups, work glutes. This one, that's when we will. So now, options, grabbing one of your weights if you want to make it a little bit harder. And the side plank. So we're coming down into that side plank. Top foot comes to the front. If you feel more comfortable here, you can do that. If not, top foot comes to the front. We're going to lift it up. If you really want to make it hard and have a light weight, you extend that arm, or you keep that arm bent, modify. You're going to lift it up, bring it back into neutral. Only bring it back straight, not all the way down to the floor. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just one more. Holding it here. Hold. Really challenging that oblique, not letting it fall forward. One more time, holding it up at the top. And we're going to put that weight down slowly. 4, 3, 2. Now slowly bringing it down. Right here. Right, you're going to lay it down to take pressure out of our shoulders. We're going to do a slight easier movement before we go back into side plank on that same side. So we're going to lift up. So we don't want to be here. We still want to be nice and tall, straight. Lifting up that leg, so what we want to do now is point the toe down to work more the back side of the leg, not the front. So what we're going to do, we're going to do circles. Circles, just as big as you feel comfortable. Circling it back, but that toe is pointed down. 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to switch from back, circling it forward. 4, 3, you might find one direction easier than the other. One more. Good. From here, we're going to lift up onto our bottom knee, keeping that knee bent for now, extending that arm up overhead, pointing that toe out. We're going to pull it in, hold, out, hold for 2. In, hold for 2, out, hold for 2. 6 more. We're going to go slow and controlled. 5, 4, 3. Try not go too fast. We want to slow it down on purpose. Challenge its stability. That core a little bit more. Now we're going to hold it, and we're going to turn over to the other side. 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower it down. Grab that weight. Second side might feel a little harder. Now that arm's very tired, coming down. But we're not going to go side plank again after this. We're going to give a Those muscles, a little bit of a break if you need them. Okay, side plank. Coming up, top foot to the front again. Weight if you need to, bending that arm to make it a little bit easier. Extending it up. Down, just straight in front of us. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Holding it to the front. Resisting to rotate forward with those obliques. Working a little bit harder. And now lifting it up to the top. And hold. Breathe for 4. 3. 2. 1. This is not easy if you do it right. Come on, slowly bring that weight down. Coming down to take some pressure on the shoulders. We need it some days more than others, eh? Okay, just making sure we're not slouching. We still want to be nice and tall right here. Taking that top leg up, pointing the toe down. Feel that glute medius kicking in. Keeping that toe pointed down. As you give me some nice big circles going back. I think my circles are not as big on this side as the other. A little stiffer. 3, 2, and still keeping the toe down, circle it the other way. Keeping the toe down, unless otherwise it's your quad when we take it over to, we're actually working quad flexor really soon, isolating it. Okay, you keep the bottom on the floor. We've done a lot with straight legs, so if you really need to, you want to advance it today, you can straighten that bottom leg. Not keep that knee bent. Lifting it up, hip, obliques in the air, arms extended, toe is up, pulling it in. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, in. 1, 2, out. 1, 2. We got 6 more right here. Hold slow and controlled. 5, 4, 3. Then we're going to grab that medium heavy band for the glutes. 1 more. Right here, we're just going to hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Slowly coming down. Grabbing a medium band or a heavy band. Putting it right above our knees. Then we're going to have that block closely. Because now when we use the band, we're making that glute medius, the outside of our hip work hard, but we don't want that to always overpower our adductors on the inside. So we're going to balance it out today. We're going to work the outside first with the band, then we're going to grab the block and work the inside as well. Balance it out. So not one muscle group is a lot stronger than the other. So putting it right above our knee. We're going to do holds. We're going to come up and down where we keep pressure on that band. We're going to stay at the top, and the pulses are pulling that band apart, pushing our knees out. So this time we're not going into our toes, we're pushing through the heels with the band. Coming down, elbows come into the floor, engaging that back, keeping the core tight, pushing through the heels, squeezing the glutes. Now give me some tension on that band, pulling it back just apart just slightly. Keeping that tension on the band as you come down and up. Give me tension on that band, really feeling all 3 of the glute muscles working right here. Control, down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Well, we're not going to be here for long. Hold it at the top. Squeeze. Now give me pulses with that band. Pull that band apart. Pull, release. Pull, release. Tension. Still squeezing that glute. Staying up nice and high. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pull that band apart. Hold there. Hold. 8 more seconds. Then we come down. down, up. Come on. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and releasing that tension, slowly coming down. Taking that band off. Grabbing that block. Putting that block right between the knees. So I want you to give at least 80% pressure against that block. So again, you feel the heels just sit width apart. This one, you have to squeeze that block going up and going down. That's why we're using a light block in case it falls down. So you down and up. Down, squeezing that block. Still squeezing as you go up, but at the top you squeeze the glutes as well. Down, squeezing that block. Up, squeezing that block and glutes. 4 more. Controlled tension. Squeezing with those adductors. And 2 more. Last one, coming down. Really squeezing that block as you come up. Squeezing, hold it. Squeeze the glutes. Breathe. Hold it here. Come on. Press a little bit harder against that block. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Letting go of the glutes, but still pressing hardest on the block as we slowly lower it down. Now just let go of a little bit of that pressure, not enough for it to let the block fall, but just enough to let those adductors have a little bit of a break. So just holding it there, coming up 9 degrees with your knees, bringing those heels off the ground. We're going to go into the hundreds one more time, but this time our adductors have to work just as hard. So big inhale, exhale, lifting the shoulders off the ground, arms reach. Now really press as hard as you can again against the block, keeping that pressure on the block as we're going to pulse. Pulse. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly lowering our head, lowering our feet, and taking that block out. When those adductors have a little bit of a break. Yes. So, have you guys ever, not with a band, but isolated your flexor, really strengthened it a little bit against resistance? We have to Pilates what we call a jump board. So, what we're going to do, I'm just going to show you here first, so you can see. So we're here nice and tall. First thing we do is squeeze our glutes as hard as we can. So squeezing our glutes is going to force us to go forward a little bit, pushing our hip flexors out, squeezing our glutes. We're going to bring our arms out, and then we're just going to go back as far as we can without doing this, without letting your feet have to stay up tall. If you can go further than this, however far you can go, you still have to come back straightening. We still have to come back here and not here. So this is what you want to resist. You don't want to go back down, okay? So, and if all of a sudden you've gone too far and you have to go here first to come back up, that's okay. Because we haven't done it in a while, right? Okay, nice and tall. Pulse, jump board. Focusing on really strengthening those deep hip flexors. Arms come out. Squeezing the glutes as hard as you can. And coming back as hard as you can. You're going to really feel those quads. And then you slowly bring it back. Just going to do a few of these, bringing it back. And resist, come on, bringing it back. Still stay nice and tall. Glutes and core are tight. You got 4 more. Bring it back. Squeeze a lot harder with the legs. 3. Bring it back. And 2. Just 1 more. 1 more. Bring it back. Whew. You're letting your quads, your work's hard right there. Okay, we're going to go into some slow bicycles. Very slow ones.
all the way down. So what we're going to do first is we're going to stick to one side. Really want to go slow, focusing on our core and what muscles we're working. Hands behind our head for support only. You don't want to pull on the neck, just for support. We're going to extend that leg. So we're going to extend that leg, drop it down, and then we're going to bring it back. So we're going to come up, drop it down, and back as we rotate to our opposite knee. So we're going to do that one side, up, we're going to hold that arm there, drop it down, and then we're going to bring our arms back to neutral. Up, drop it down, and neutral. 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last one. Coming back here, drop your head to the floor if you need, 4 seconds. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Inhale, core is tight, shoulders come off the ground as we rotate. Extend that opposite leg up, coming all the way down. In, neutral, good again. And 6, hold control. 5, 4, 3, 2, only one more. Good, keep driving behind your legs. Use it to rock yourself up. Do not straighten that lower back if you get tired. Okay, we are almost done. We're going to do those intermediate push-ups. Pilates push-ups where we're squeezing and strengthening your glutes at the same time. We're going to do 8 to one side. We'll come up, give your shoulders a break, and then we'll do it again on the other side. So what it looks like, hands neutral, arch, round that back, high neutral of your spine, extending one leg, squeezing that glute, you're going to shift your weight just slightly forward and down. So it's a normal push-up up or down. So here we're going forward just a bit, but we're keeping that tension on the glute, the back leg the whole time. So you've got 8 there, squeezing that glute the whole time, down and up in that push-up. So spine neutral, extending that leg, squeezing that glute, lift it up, and then we're going to come down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and coming back. Little break for those shoulders and for the wrists. We got to do the other side, then our wrists are going to get a break. Well, then we're done with the wrists for today's class anyway. Okay, coming back. Nice and neutral. Extending the other leg. Squeezing that glute as you lift it up. Slowly coming down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Slowly coming back into a child's pose, arms reaching, stretching that low back a little bit. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2, this is that normal child's pose with our knees together. Coming back, elbows down, wrists get a break. Coming into that plank, this is our last movement today, then we're going to stretch it out. So right here, shoulders are nice and up, core is pulled into your spine, a little bit of a pelvic tilt, finding that neutral, finding that stability, finding your breath.
I'm going to change up that stretch and add some adductors in. 4, 3, 2, slowly coming down onto your knees. So instead of keeping our knees neutral like you have them before, we're going to go as wide as we can. Our feet as well. Reaching out with the arms and just coming back as far as you feel comfortable. You should feel a nice deep stretch in your adductors. Hold and breathe. Add a little bit of a dynamic movement if it feels too tight. If it hurts, if you move, add a little bit of movement. If not, you can just hold it. Let's just stay here for 10 more seconds, giving it some time to relax. One more deep breath. Coming forward. Is everybody here okay with the stretch for the glutes? If not, you can lay on your back, cross it over like you did with the one that you would really pull it in. We'll just change up the glute stretch and feel comfortable with this one. We're not going to do it right away, so first we're going to go to the hip flexor. Then we're going to go to the glute stretch on one side, and we're going to switch. So right here, first, you push that hip flexor out, squeeze the glute, push it out. Feel a nice deep stretch right here. Taking the arm up and reach. That spine neutral again. Breathe. 2. Still keeping that tension of pulling, pushing the arm up as we bend forward. Outside hand comes down and this reaches over to the side. Hold. Give me 2 big deep breaths. And just releasing the arm, taking that front foot, bring it closer or even further in your back medius. Just bring that knee down. Coming down wherever you feel comfortable. If it's really, really tight and you need to be close to your knee, that's fine. If you feel like you need a deeper stretch, move away from that knee closer to your foot. Moving away from the glute that we're stretching, you're going to feel a deeper stretch. We're going to hold it here. Few nice big deep breaths. One more deep breath. Slowly coming up. Bring that leg back. It's good to hold that stretch a little longer sometimes to get to relax, but not really past a minute because you might be stuck in that position. Okay, knee forward, especially when we come forward, we do not never want this knee to come past our ankle. Again, pelvic tilt, pushing that hip flexor out, feeling a nice deep stretch to the front, taking that arm up. We don't want to just take it up, we actually want to reach. To really lengthen into that core. Into the hip flexor or attaches to our spine. Hold. One more deep breath. As we keep this nice long posture, we're going to go all the way forward. Hand to the outside. And reaching over to the side. Adding an oblique stretch with our hip flexor right here. It's going to be 2 more big deep breaths. Slowly bringing that arm down. Bring this knee in front of, this ankle in front of your knee or further. Slowly dropping that knee down and dropping your chest either towards the knee or to deepen that stretch. Move away from that knee towards your foot. Hold, taking a few nice, big, deep breaths. Relaxing. Take 2 more big, slow, deep breaths. And slowly coming up. Sitting it down. We're going to bring our straight legs to the front, so we're going to focus on stretching in between our shoulder blades first, and then to our legs, especially to our adductors. So the first thing we don't want to do is round and come forward. So nice and tall, just shifting from your low back, from your hip forward. So you won't be able to reach as far. So just right here, then you're going to feel the stretch in your hamstring. Your spine nice and straight. Now I want to take your opposite arm over to your opposite leg. Either it's your calf, your ankle, wherever you can reach. You're going to rotate that leg, and then you're going to push as hard as you can with that hand against the leg and the ankle, feeling a nice deep stretch behind your shoulder blade. Side, not rounding your back. Other arm comes to the other side. If you don't let that stretch longer, that's fine. So now rotate. Really push against that ankle with your hand to really feel a good stretch behind the shoulder blade. Hold and breathe. One more deep breath. And good. Let's keep those legs straight. Let's go as far apart as you can with your legs, loosening them up a little bit first. Again, keeping that spine nice and straight as we come forward, putting our hands to the floor and just relaxing. You probably won't be able to put the elbows up to the floor if you can. If you can, great. If not, hands down and just relax as much as you can into it. Feeling a nice stretch from your adductors to the knee and all the way down. Holding it right here. Giving yourself some time to relax a little bit more into it. So from here, we're going to stay down. We're going to go over to one side. If you want to deepen that stretch, you grab your leg and pull yourself down a bit. And slowly maybe to the center and over to the other side. So you can pull yourself down if you want. And you get a little more extension hamstring and the back as well. And just bring it back to the center. Or go to that side that you feel is the tightest. You need an extra stretch, a longer stretch right there. Now just hold. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Slowly coming up. Good. Slowly rolling it up. Nice big shoulder roll. And cross one leg over. We're going to stretch more to the outside. We're going to start at our obliques and then just slowly moving it down. So cross one leg. Whichever leg is behind, that's the arm. That's going to come up and over, really reaching. Feeling that stretch from your shoulder all the way to your ribs where it attaches to your hip. Hold and breathe. And from here, we're going to relax that arm forward. We're going to bend that back knee, and we're just going to come down and reach towards that back heel. Feeling that stretch go down the outside of the leg. Slowly rolling it up. Same thing to the other side, crossing that leg behind. The leg that's behind, the arm comes up, over, lengthen, reach. Great way to relax the lats, the obliques, especially when at the attachment points.
Breathe.
Relaxing the arm down forward, bending that back knee, coming down and reaching towards that back heel. Hold a few big, deep breaths. And slowly rolling it up. One more big shoulder roll. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining today. Hope you enjoyed the class. Let me know if I didn't show enough modifications or enough changes or